If you make so much money, you should give back. Otherwise, we would go out of business.
Why don't you just crush it? We'll crush it for you. That would make things easier for you, right? I hope you realize your mistake of insulting my son.
Well, calm down. These things are supposed to be trampled down slowly and gradually.
No, Father. These people's company. I don't think it will even last a few minutes.
I'm Frank. I've been married to my wife Katrina for 3 months. We are newlyweds in a situation where it's not all smooth sailing. We started dating when we were in college. We got married in our 3rd year of being employees. I thought we understood each other. When I got married, my wife's personality, which I had not seen before, peeked out. We were in the same department and circle. We were like the perfect couple. We thought we were like husband and wife. But reality is quite ruthless. Since we became husband and wife, my wife spends most of her time at work. Until then, we had weekend dates, evening phone calls, etc. Although the two of us had been able to share some time together. Now, she doesn't have the time to devote to it. She comes home late at night and eats dinner in silence. If I'm going to ask her, "Is it good?" she has an aura of not wanting to talk to me. I bet we don't have more than 3 minutes of conversation a day. Good morning in the morning. What time will you be back today? Have a good day. That's all I have to say. Marriage is such a simple thing. More things to think about come up every day, but there are days, of course, when conversation is in order. But it's more of a request than a conversation.
It's about sending money to my parents. Can we add a few more?
Most of what she tells me herself is about my in-laws. My in-laws run their own business. I suspect the internal situation is close to being really bad. Perhaps they're already running in the red. That's because we send them $10,000 a month, and $5,000 of that is coming out of my own pocket. If only I had known before we got married, I might never have married her. Parents relying on their children's money, this is something I've never experienced before. That's because my parents never asked us for money. She had mentioned that she wanted to repay them for all they had done for her. If I'm being honest, I have not benefited from it. And if you want to call giving it back, considering how much money they must have spent to get it, then that's not true. My wife has had student loan in both high school and college, so she still pays them back with her paycheck. Although it is something I can never agree with, since I became my wife's companion. If she wants to help her parents, I knew I would have to cooperate. So I thought of my wife who has student loans to pay back. I decided to bear half of the $10,000, but now my wife is begging me for that increase. Although I have not been convinced so far, I've tried to be understanding. But if I have to send more money, it would be far beyond my understanding. I don't know if there's anything I can say to her. If you want to support your parents, I can stop it, right?
Thank you. Then will you cover another $5,000 starting next month?
I don't even know what her thank you means. I also don't understand how she can suddenly ask me for an additional $5,000. Are you asking me for $5,000 more?
Yeah, sorry.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
Aw, but you make a lot of money, don't you?
That's not the point. Why do I have to be burdened with $10,000 for you to send to them?
Don't say burden like that.
It is a burden, and we're prepared to support each other if something happens. But this isn't something we have to deal with. If your parents' business is not doing well, then they have to take care of that. Why do you have to smooth it out for them? But you still want to support your parents, so I've been giving $5,000 a month. I've been giving $5,000 a month. But it was with you in mind. How can you ask me to pay another $5,000?
No, I don't mean that.
By the way, how much were you planning on putting out?
$5,000.
Then you were going to give your parents 20,000 a month?
No, 15,000.
Huh?
You see, I have student loans to pay back.
Unbelievable. Are you doing this as usual with a nonchalant face? You're increasing the burden only on me. It pisses me off. I'm not paying you.
No, but my mom and dad are in real trouble.
Then save your company.
No, but...
I'm not even going to talk about this anymore. If you still want to keep talking, I'll take out the 5,000.
Alright. Just 5,000 like before is fine.
Okay, I said.
Well, thank you. Thank you as always.
I can only sigh now. I thought we hadn't talked at length in a long time. Here's what we got. It must have taken a wrong turn. How miserable. I was supposed to be married to someone I love. My level of affection is getting lower and lower. My way of relieving stress is to go back to my parents' house to complain to my mother and sister. As a matter of fact, my sister, not to mention my mother, has never liked Karina. Even when I told them I was getting married, they asked me if I was really okay with that witch. My sister is a bit harsh with her words, but they are just concerned about my situation. I've been spending my days complaining to these two about her. Why don't you break up with her already? Divorce is pretty quick, isn't it? Well, I'm single, so I don't know.
Right, Frank. What do you want?
Married 3 months, newlyweds. Huh? So what? If you don't like it, why don't you just break up with her? It's just a piece of paper, isn't it? Well, I'm single, so I don't know. Because, we're still newlyweds. Is it possible to get divorced as a newlywed? Yes. Well, it's just a little bit... Well, you're single. That's nice. You're so easygoing. Well, it was you who took the hard road yourself.
Hey, please don't be so pushy anymore. You must feel sorry for him.
Huh? I don't feel sorry for you at all. You're still young. Why don't you just make the switch? Karina is cute, but I don't have the eyes to see it. You'll have to learn to see things differently for a while after the divorce. My mother tried to stop me, but I was being saved by my sister. You're young. Switch it up. That's what my sister said. She gives me courage. And the feeling of getting a divorce just kept getting bigger and bigger. That's when my wife asked me about summer vacation. She plans on going back to my in-laws. Well, I can imagine that it's something along the lines of, I don't want you to come with me. I guess it's not fun having a husband who only gives you 5,000 a month. But then, since she returned to her parents' home for summer vacation, let's get serious about the future. Okay. I'm going home to my own family for Thanksgiving, so that's not a problem. And although it's supposed to be our first Thanksgiving as a married couple, we each went back to our parents' home. It's times like this that I really appreciate my parents' house. You don't have to do anything to get food. There's nothing like a home-cooked meal from your parents. I grew up taking this for granted. I was surprised that my wife never cooked in the kitchen after we were married. I thought I've learned that married couples come in all shapes and sizes. And this has been the norm. I just ate whatever food was on the table. But this wasn't the norm. My parents plan the menu and provide meals every day. I really appreciate it. 3 days after returning home to my parents, I've lived a life of self-indulgence. But it's only the calm before the storm. The intercom rings, and after a few moments, my parents called me to come to the living room. And downstairs, for some reason, my parents-in-law plus my wife was there, sitting on the sofa. What does this mean? If I look at the faces of the three of them, that tells me that this visit was anything but peaceful. You're a real piece of work, aren't you? What's with that outfit? I was wearing a sweatshirt and jogging pants. I was careless. You're the husband, aren't you? Why are you here? Huh? Karina asked me not to come with her. And where would you find a husband who wouldn't come with his wife? Here? My sister, who was chuckling as she joined the conversation in the living room, said that. Goodness.
Sis, shut up for a second.
Hey! What kind of upbringing did you have? I wonder if that's why you grew up to be such a lazy husband. My parents are silent, expressionless. Well, good. Because starting today, you are no longer her husband. Today, I'm here to return you to your parents. Huh? What does that mean? You're so dull. It's a divorce. Divorce. A husband who only makes $5,000 a month should be returned to his parents. I hope your parents will take responsibility. With a husband like you, I'd give you back in a heartbeat. You're bringing divorce papers? Oh, of course. Fill it out as soon as you can. Yay. They gave me a divorce. I understand. I filled out the divorce papers as fast as I could. I'll be your witness. And my sister left the house saying, I'll send it in as fast as I can. Thank you, Karina.
Huh?
For bringing me the divorce papers.
Huh?
I actually wanted to divorce you. I could no longer keep up with you and your foolish parents, who rely on their daughter's money to get by. And you even lied about the monthly income of $5,000.
That's because you won't send more money. I was trying to protect you.
Hey, don't be rude. I can get by without my daughter's money. Wait a minute. Don't you make $5,000 a month? Of course not. I'm a full-time employee. How much do you get paid? Huh. Maybe add one more zero to that amount. At those words, my mother-in-law's face changed. Then she stood up and grabbed Karina. Now, go get the divorce papers back from that woman.
What?
Why didn't you tell me that you had a husband who made so much money?
No, I didn't know either.
Oh my God. This divorce is annulled. Hey, even your parents can't believe their son is back to them after 3 months, right? Embarrassing, isn't it?
No, not at all. Life is full of things.
Then I'll charge you alimony. No one can keep up with my mother-in-law's outbursts anymore. All this woman sees is money. Beside her is my father-in-law, who just cringed and is no use whatsoever. If you make so much money, you should give back. Otherwise, we would go out of business.
Why don't you just destroy it?
What?
We'll destroy it for you. That would make things easier for you, wouldn't it? I hope you know what you did to insult my son.
Well, Mom, calm down. These things are supposed to be stomped out slowly and gradually.
Well, I don't think these people's company will even last.
Is that so? It's not worth crushing quickly. What have you guys been saying all this time? There is no way you small-time candy store people could bring down our company. Of course, my mother-in-law was right. Our family is not very wealthy. If it were just a small candy store, that would be impossible. However, although the candy store run by my mother, who loves children, is a hobby of hers, the company that is providing that capital is owned by my father. And they don't know it. My wife has always thought of our business as a small-time candy store. I didn't see any particular need to correct it, but I never thought it would grow so much. You never know what life brings. The companies that do business with your company. You see, it's a business partner of the company I run. I wonder which they would prioritize. Looking forward to it. Huh? Yours is just a small-time candy store. No. The candy store is a hobby of my mom. My father runs another company. So far, I've been trying to separate my private and professional life. I've been trying to separate the two, but I'm going to make use of my power. Well then, how long do you think your company can hold out? Let us take a look at it from a higher perspective. My mother-in-law, who was not much of a thinker, didn't believe this story. Call it the ramblings of a poor parent whose son was returned. She must have been thinking. When they learned that my sister had returned and filed the divorce papers, they left, complaining to the end. But they were less than 3 days away from witnessing the truth. And my ex, Karina, thinks she can cry her way out of it. She appeared before me, whining and wailing. I had been really taken advantage of, and she didn't even have anything to say, just spilling tears. She ambushed me on my way home from work and stared right at me. I wonder how long this will last if I ignore it. Driven by an unwanted curiosity, I completely ignored my crying ex, Karina. 4 days later, she spoke to me. I can't believe she just stared while crying for 4 days. It's rather unpleasant.
Hey, Frank, I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, I know. For what?
For you to talk to me.
Huh? Then wait for the rest of your life and don't talk to me. As I started to walk away, she put her hand on my bag. Then, on the spur of the moment, she hit me in the leg with a bag. What the hell are you doing?
You're punished for not listening to me.
You and your parents are the ones who got punished, right? I'm sorry to hear your company went under.
It's your fault to begin with. Why did you tell me about your father's property?
My wife pushed me with all her might. You did it. This is a clear case of violence. You know what? If you do something, I'll do something back. You witch. I swung her right leg up without thinking.
Hey!
It's called your weak spot. You're sweating like crazy. I don't care if your parents' company goes away. We don't give a damn. Well, I guess I'll call it good night then. By the way, if you ever ambush me again, I will report you mercilessly, and I intend to. I left my ex on the ground with her buttocks up and heaving on the ground. Later, her father told me about this. My former in-laws cried to their business partners to somehow keep the contract, but they never replied. And now, I'm told all 3 of them live together on my ex's salary. My ex-mother-in-law asked one of their business partner's sales rep to at least introduce her to his son. It was the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. If they can't get a contract, they can only try to get a new husband to exploit. I guess that's where they want to get it. But my ex, Karina, had developed a phobia of men or something. He also said that she tends to take time off from work. Well, we kicked it up a notch, huh? I was beaten, so I just did it back. Meanwhile, I returned to my parents' house and regaining my serenity. I am regaining my serenity. Welcome back, yo. Yes, yo. I'm sorry when I just got back, but I'm getting married. Huh? With who? With Matt. What? You were dating Matt?
Well...
My quirky sister. I thought you'll never have a boyfriend or even getting married. I didn't expect Matt to be her fiancé. He's one of the best and brightest in my father's company. Moreover, my father, who acknowledges his people's merits, is planning to install Matt as the new president. I've known that for a long time. But that he would choose my sister? That's a hell of a look. And my sister is no different. Well, even if it's a joke, it's my sister, who worried about me and cheered me up more than anyone else. I want you to be happy. Wow, congratulations. Well, well, well. When things cool down, I'll introduce you to someone nice. Enjoy your single life for a while. Yeah, thank you. Some get divorced, others enter into marriage. Life is different for everyone. He who celebrates wins. I like that I have a good relationship with my sister. Life is a joy to be celebrated. It would be nice to have some peace and quiet. I hope I will be blessed with a good marriage next time. Thank you for watching to the end. Please subscribe to our channel if you like. See you in the next video.